When Antigravity first dropped, I thought, here we go again, yet another VS Code fork. Another IDE trying to be like Cursor or Windsurf. But after using it for a couple weeks, I can see it's actually doing something very different. I'm Ben from AI Unleashed. In this video, I'll show you 5 features that set Antigravity apart, including the one that completely changes how you interact with your AI coding assistant. And I'll also cover what I don't like about it, because there are some real frustrations with Antigravity. The first feature is actually a paradigm shift in how you use your AI coding assistant. Instead of the back and forth you're used to in the sidebar conversation, open Agent Manager. Now you're in the role of a development manager, orchestrating agents. Let me show you what that looks like. I have this existing application for a business that needs an easy way to track orders. It's just a simple application, but it is missing a few things. It has no authentication. I also don't really like the way the UI looks. It's just pretty boring and basic. Let's put multiple agents to work on these simultaneously. The first one I'm going to say, add clerk authentication to this application. Clerk's a really easy and secure way to add authentication to your applications, and it's got a really generous free tier, so I like to use it. At the same time, I'll launch our second agent. I'm going to say I don't like the current design of this app, so generate 3 mockups with modern, visually distinct UI concepts and use a bold aesthetic. And so now I can just go to my inbox and wait for these agents to come back to me. Now we see our first inbox entry here. It says adding clerk authentication, it came back as blocked. So if we go proceed here, and what it's blocked on, it needs the clerk API keys to continue. And this came in as part of the implementation plan, which is an example of an artifact. Antigravity breaks down these artifacts. So think of these as structured documents the agent produces. And it gives you 6 distinct types, and you'll see these throughout the development lifecycle. For example, the agent will often start by presenting you an implementation plan, and then provide a walkthrough and browser recording after the feature is actually complete. And you can give direct inline feedback on any of these artifacts, which makes the process feel like collaborating with a junior developer rather than just prompting a chatbot. And I really like the way you give Antigravity feedback on the artifacts. Like for this example where it needed the clerk API key, I can just create my application, copy my API key, and then just add a comment to this line and paste it in. Now it's going to take this comment, attach it to my implementation plan or my artifact, and put those two together when I proceed. It gives a really natural way to be able to mark up all these different kinds of artifacts. It's kind of like the way Google Docs would work when you're adding a comment to an existing document. And with just that one prompt, the agent was able to add authentication to this application. It's a really good use case for using Agent Manager. Now if I go back to my inbox and check in there again, now I see my second agent has something for me. And now it's giving me 3 UI mockups. I can see them all here. And the really interesting thing is it's gone and called Nano Banana Pro and brought back these 3 mockups. And I find the Nano Banana image integration is something that works uniquely well in Antigravity. I haven't seen anything like this in the other AI code editors. It's not only just great for markups, but you need to add stock images or icons to your application. It's so nice to have it integrated right in here. This one's a little bit crazy, but let's go for it. So I can just comment here to proceed with this one. And now Gemini 3 is going to go off and try to reproduce as best it can this UI. Let's see how it does. Now my second agent has come back and it says it's completed my UI overhaul. And it gave me this walkthrough of everything it did, the key changes, the verification results. But I'm going to ask it to confirm those things using the browser. Antigravity has the best browser automation I've seen so far. And the Gemini 3 multimodal is really good too. And we see here it's actually resizing the window, which I haven't seen the other browser automations be able to do. The other cool thing is it actually takes screen recordings and puts them in the walkthrough afterwards. In this case, it actually fixed a responsiveness issue automatically. You can basically self-heal and self-correct the UI of the application. With that being said, I'm not really happy with this UI. I don't think it matches what Nano Banana gave us for a mockup very well. So the actual interpretation of images and rebuilding the UI based on them still needs some work. The playground feature is also a standout. It lets you spin up a project idea without even creating a folder first. You'll find this in the playground section of Agent Manager. This is great for rapid prototyping. I had to create this real estate website. It did a really good job with it. I also asked for a new design for my order tracker app, and the one the playground feature produced I actually like better than the one I worked on originally. So my suggestion is to use the playground feature to experiment with a bunch of ideas first, and then when you're happy with one, you can just click on move your work into a folder, and then turn it into a proper project. In terms of things I don't like about Antigravity, the first would be around the choice of marketplace. The extensions come from OpenVSX rather than the richer VS Code marketplace. And I find there's some extensions I like to use that I just can't find in here. It says you can change it in the anti-gravity settings. I just can't figure out how to do it. I also find anti-gravity and I guess Gemini 3 Pro a little bit too overconfident. In the settings, if you leave it on policy review agent decides, I find it almost always just auto approves the plan it just created and very rarely asks for user feedback. Which is why I'd recommend changing it to request review, especially when you're starting off with a new feature or a project. You really want to review all those artifacts carefully and give feedback. But my biggest frustration so far with using anti-gravity is just that it's slow and sometimes it just stalls in the middle of producing code, which can obviously be very frustrating. I find that's starting to get better in the last few days. I think the reason it is that way is because when they launched the public preview, it's such a generous free tier for everybody with a Gmail account, basically, that they just got overwhelmed with demand. I see now that they're starting to give more resources to paid users, but I think that problem will start to get better. But let me know in the comments, what's your opinion of anti-gravity? Have you tried it out yet? And what do you think? Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you want more videos like this. My name is Ben. You're watching AI Unleashed. I hope you're having an amazing day. I'll talk to you in the next one.